Welcome back, everybody. This is Mog once more on Mog's Cast, playing some more Kerbal Space Program with you guys for our day 2 of our double launch weekend. We're going to be launching up. Actually, I'm going to clear the launch pad from my little testing one. That was my Steam. My bad. Sorry, I'm talking to a buddy of mine about the new Final Fantasy games that are coming out on Steam. We're both pretty excited. I've got 7. He just picked up 8. We're both hoping 9 comes out. Well, at least I hope it is. I think I'm turning him over to wanting to play it. But anyway, we're going to be launching up the Touchdown 2 this time. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Game crashed. I double-clicked on the touchdown one without being able to select a pilot, and then the game crashed. So, my bad there. Do I have my audio off? Where's my audio for this game? This seems really quiet right now. I guess we're going to go ahead and launch this up. I've got Neo G Blaze Kerman in here for one of our pilots. A stunt pilot is what I named him. That's what he's going to be used for. We're going out to Minmus this time, guys. We're going to try and take the touchdown 2 all the way to Minmus and back. So let's engage. Whoa! And let that go. I guess we do have our audio on. Thankfully, I did check the levels. This doesn't seem too bad of a balance. It's actually pretty loud in my ears, but hopefully not too bad to you guys. So we're going on up, definitely going through the launches. And now the trick here is, I know we barely got back from Minmus with this rocket, but that was with two samples taken from 2 different locations and then pulling back up. But it doesn't take as much fuel to get back from Minmus, so we actually might be able to make a couple of jumps there. We're going to give it a shot and see if the same design can pull it off. So, getting up here about almost to 3,000 meters up, and we're going to start engaging our full engines below this, all the skipper array, because these are about to pop off, and go on. There they go. Eject all those off, and we're still pushing up now. You may notice we are slowing down a bit. We're about to stabilize once the fuel kind of settles and loses a bit of its mass, and then those ones drop off. We'll actually lose a bit more speed, but this will continue to go up. That was my Steam again. Sorry about that. So moving on up here, it should be stabilizing about 134.5, and now it's going to start climbing again now that we've lost enough fuel in these engines to keep going up. Now, if you remember from last time, we're going to be taking this one pretty much straight up for quite a while, and then switching over to push all this weight in orbit, because the engines are pretty low thrust to weight ratio on this setup. I really should be launching a smaller rocket, but yeah, that would be a more efficient use of this engine, but it's what we've got for the time being, so it's what I'm gonna have to do. But we're getting up there, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward until we're up in orbit. So see you soon. Well, alright guys, we are up in orbit. Sorry, my Steam again, my bad. It just keeps being bad timing. But yeah, we're back here, we're up in orbit, we're in about a 124 by 114 kilometer orbit, and we're going to be shooting out toward Minmus. We got the Monet right out in front of us there, but let's zoom out a little bit more and find Minmus here. Looks like Minmus is down here, so what we're going to be doing first is actually correcting our inclination and then doing the burn out. So I think we're going to be setting this up, and I'm going to come back once we get this all lined up and ready to burn out toward Minmus. So see you guys shortly. You know, I don't know why I don't just show you what I'm doing with these ones anymore. I'm cutting out most of the burns anyway. What am I even recording for you guys most of these episodes? Just short little blips, it seems, now that I think about it. Do you guys enjoy it this way? Is there a different way that you'd like me to shoot these videos? Because I haven't really had too much input from you guys other than, hey, nice video. Which is fine, like, if you're actually enjoying this. But I don't know, I've just been kind of wondering if this is too stale for you guys. But anyway, back on topic, we're about at our burn point here. We need about a minute, and it's about T-minus 30, a little over 30 seconds now, so we're starting this burn right now to get out to Minmus. So this is the big shot out. Taking the far path, we hit the Mun previously, and this is how much further out Minmus is. So it's quite a bit of an expanse. It doesn't take too much more fuel, because once you get out past this point of expanding out of the gravity, it's a lot easier to push yourself further. Which you'll see here, actually, as we get closer to the end of this burn. Just make sure we're still on target here. I'm going to switch back to the map and pull up this little button here, or this little blip, the nav ball, so I can watch this stuff. Just a little helpful tip. The decimal point on your keyboard, the one over on your number pad on the far right, if you press that in map view, it pulls up this nav ball on the map automatically. You don't have to click the arrow every time you do it, in case you didn't know. Just throwing it out there. Lower in speed, and we are pretty much on a course right there, so we have an intercept. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out and take a look. About 600 kilometers off the surface of Minmus. Sorry, those are both my Steam. And, okay, and that one too. But yeah, so we're going to be rocketing out here. I wish we had some... I guess I could turn on my lights, huh? Actually give a little bit more contrast in this shot. I'm trying to make sure that I brighten up all the videos before I get them uploaded to you guys. So I upload them to YouTube and then like let it encode for, you know, the day. And then change the brightness settings on YouTube and all that. And I'm hoping that's enough. But if these episodes, or if you ever see an episode of mine that's ever too dark, just drop a comment and I'll get that fixed. It'll take maybe a few hours, but I can do it. And I'd appreciate it too. I don't want to put bad quality stuff up there if I can help it, at least to the best of my ability currently. So I do appreciate your guys' input. But I'm going to speed up time warp now that we're a little bit further off the surface. So we're leaving Kerbin. Bye, guys. We'll see you at the Space Center shortly. So let's go ahead and zip back out here, take a peek at our map, make sure we're not flying by anything we need to be paying attention to. So zip it on out. At high warp. High warp. Minmus is coming in here, it looks like. And we're going to be entering very shortly here. I'm going to turn down time warp, and it looks like alarm clock is going to catch this one. It does miss a few occasionally if I'm going really fast, and it sneaks up on the alarm clock mod. But most of the time this works out. Speed up and actually hit the darn thing. I think I stopped you too early. There we go. Delete that and move on in. Speed up the time warp. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to zip around here and set up a node here to actually do our capture burn, which shouldn't take too long with this gravity. Whoa. How far do we want to be out? I want to be out closer to 50, I think. We'll go 63 for there, and that's what we'll use as our, at least our guide. So I'm going to come back once I get this all set up and we start the burn, at least to show you guys where we are. Okay, so we are oriented, we are set up for this burn, and you can watch Minmus kind of sink in at us from the horizon here. We're going to be zipping in, as you see, we barely need any to actually enclose this down to a pretty shallow orbit. 13 seconds of burn at full throttle is going to be about 264.4 meters a second delta V for, so we need to look for about T-minus 7 seconds is what we're going for on our nav ball here. Oh, that's shooting down pretty quick. And there's Minmus. I want to try to keep that in the shot if I can pay attention to it. So there it is. And we're zipping on in here, and I'm letting that time warp just count us down. Oh, let's slow it off here. Slow that down, because we are getting very close to needing to do this burn. Here we go. So I'm going to throttle us up, and we're going to be watching that right there, gauging for about how long we need to burn, and then we're going to check the map afterwards. I'm not going to actually do this one watching the map. This needs to be a little more precise on your burn if you want to try to make it correct. So I'm actually going to just feather this one off a bit here. Try to chase that that node if I can. It's going to be good enough. So I'm going to turn off SAS and just let ourselves spin. And we even still have a little bit of fuel left in this now in a captured orbit. We're going to be using the rest of that fuel tank to actually bring us in on a close, tighter orbit as opposed to this elongated elliptic orbit we have here. Is that what that is? Yeah, elliptic, I think. Anyway, we're going to be shallowing that out, getting it ready, and then we're going to be trying to pick a place to land. So I'm going to come back as we get into ready to do that. Okay, guys, we're floating on here, getting closer to Minmus and our burn point for making our enclosure burn. Now, what I'm going to do is this only takes about a second, is what they're guessing at full throttle with this engine. 39.2 meters a second is all it needs to actually bring this orbit into a tight little 49 from almost 600 out there. So we're going to be doing that. We probably even have some gas left. So what I'm actually going to end up doing is using this to descend just briefly because I don't think it has that much fuel left. We might burn it out on this burn, but I doubt it. Is I'm just going to use it to start descending and then drop it off, let it smash the surface, and then engage our main rockets. Or our main lander rockets, I should say. So look at how fast we're going. Like, that's how much we've already burnt off already. Like, we're going very slow for orbiting a planet. Or, I guess, a celestial body. It's not really a planet. But we're getting close. Let me turn down time warp a bit. Make sure that we don't miss that. Because even though it is a short burn, we still want to make it as precise as I can handle. So let's see. As we get in closer here, I'm just going to cut it off. And because I do have to get my heading right again. And then this time, I actually am going to do this all from this view again. And see how close we get. Because I don't usually do this. I usually, when I'm playing personally and when I'm playing most of these ones, it seems like I'm actually just going to the map view to do these burns. But these precise ones can be a little fun and stressful if you do them this way. You can't really watch visually, so you kind of have to rely on what you've set. It's kind of interesting. So let's do this. Boop. Cut them off there at 0.6. Let's see what that left us at, shall we? 50 by 48. I will take that. That seems like a pretty solid orbit. We're definitely off inclination a little bit, but I'm okay with that. It'll give us a little more varied landing area. And we're gonna take some readings too when we land this. We're not gonna worry about. Okay, we're gonna worry about a few EVA reports actually, since we can collect some EVA reports before we actually drop to the surface, and we can actually save those separately from everything else. So I'll actually spend a little bit of time doing that. So I'm going to make an orbit or two around this planet, or moon, before we actually decide where we're to land. And I'll come back as we do that and get ready to descend. Well guys, it looks like there wasn't too many biomes here on Minmus. We got the one high above Minmus' surface and the one near Minmus. I haven't been able to see any other biomes, maybe above the actual ice lakes, but I know they've also been stating, Squad has also been stating that they wanted to do more biomes, so maybe this is the kind of stuff they're talking about. It's like little moons and things like that don't have too many, which totally would be understandable. It's a new thing. But anyway, I've also chosen a spot to land. We're going to be coming down here on the ice lake on Minmus. Right here. So I've got our arc set up. It only requires 65.5 delta V, so 3 seconds. This tank is going to run out during this, even this small burn, I betcha, but we've got a whole array of tanks out here that are actually displaying fuel, or providing fuel to all of these rockets. So we have more than enough to actually get us down to the surface and back up once or twice, I'm hoping. We're going to be taking as many samples as we possibly can in this rocket. It's unknown exactly how many we're going to be able to make. I'm hoping for at least the 3 we wanted on the Mun is what I'd like to achieve here at the very least. My Steam again. Sorry. Seriously. I'm getting a flurry of them tonight. I'm slowing us down, and we're going to make this burn here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to try to rotate us over so that I'm at least facing right at my orientation. That's what screws me up the most on this stuff, is orientation. So, okay, we're at our burn point. I'm going to go ahead and my Steam again, sorry. There they go. We're kicking off that engine to full thrust on these guys. And there it goes. And I would say that's a complete arc. That'll do us fine. It's not the exact one we planned for, but that'll work. So let's zip back out and take us out of that view. That was horrible. But we're going to go ahead and switch down here, and I'm going to flip ourselves over so that my nav ball is actually correct. That's what I'm most concerned about, is my nav ball. My pitch control is usually the one that gets me messed up, unfortunately. So yeah, we're setting up here on our retrograde, so we're facing that direction so that we can actually blow off our rockets reverse to the direction we're falling to actually slow us. I'm sure you guys are aware of this. I don't know why I'm explaining it again, but okay, we're gonna drop on in, zip on down as far as we can with these time warps. Wow, I'm actually surprised it let us get this low. That's almost terrifying. Okay, I'm gonna zip down, slow us off just a bit, because we seem to be in a pretty good landing position anywhere along here. So kicking our engines here. God, I hope I'm not talking too loud. I've been kind of wondering, since the game is really loud in my ears, so I'm like compensating with my voice. So I hope I'm not too loud. I'm gonna like sit back and listen to this and be like, oh, it's fine, or just if it's bad, I'm gonna be a little upset, because I won't really want to re-record this whole episode if I can help it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm yammering. We're getting ready to land here, so bring this thing on down. We got our lights on. We are in the sun from that direction. Our shadow should be coming in from this side somewhere along here if we can spot it. And my Steam once again, sorry. Where is our shadow? Okay, so we're down below 2,000. That's not going to let us actually do any more. Oh, it looks like my buddy just got offline, so he won't be bugging. He won't be beeping me anymore. Not bugging me. I didn't mean to say that. But, okay, where is our shadow? It should be here. Right there. Let's go back. Should be like right there, I would think. I'm gonna start slowing us down because we are getting in pretty close. But thankfully this thing has a pretty quick compensation for that. It actually has a pretty good thrust to weight ratio, so we can actually get going pretty quick on its fuel reserves. Oh, there's our shadow, finally. Okay, we're still a bit high up, I suppose. We are certainly getting ready to actually come in here, though. We should be seeing our lights rather soon, I would think. So let's try to keep our shadow in view and get a good view of the landing site. That should be alright, I think. Yeah, that looks good. kill that velocity side to side a little bit and actually get a little more centered. As we descend, kick on those engines. I'm going to zoom in and actually pull up a little bit of speed here. There we go. Okay. Tilt ourselves over. We're still actually slowing ourselves down, so I'm going to cut engines, let ourselves fall, and that's going to do it. I'm just going to leave them right there. Boop. And we have landed officially. I'm going to turn off SAS so everything settles into position. And cool, we're going to go ahead and deploy the lander and take some readings, plant a flag, and pretty much call this a good first landing spot for Minmus on this original campaign. In Kerbal Space Industry, what did I call it? United Kerbal Space, or United Kerbal Industries, yeah? Ucky? United Kerbal Industries, that's what it was. Sorry, I'm getting totally mixed up on this. United Kerbal Industries, The Beginnings, our career mode file is this is going to be the first visit to Minmus. Oh, no, not cancel out. What am I doing? Okay, you take your EVA report from the surface. We'll keep that. What I wanted to do was plant a dang flag. Alright, here we go. What do we got? Okay, site name. Touchdown 2. Landing site. Number. Where's the number? Am I going the wrong way on the keyboard? There it is. Number 1. Pilot. No, not BO. Neo G. Blaze. Kerbal was our pilot today. Let's take a quick sample. 150. Seems to be, the surface seems to consist of tiny crystal-like grains, very pretty, probably not edible. That's probably a wise decision, Neo G. Mr. Blaze, Kermonsky. 150 science is gonna actually get us some good return there. Let's hop on up, and whoa, 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 don't fly away, that was just a jump. That was just a jump. Okay, we are back on board. Why don't we take one of these readings from the mystery goo. 50 science, you observe the goo. Very, very astute. Let's keep that data for now. Why don't we take a crew report? 25, you record the crew's assessment of the situation. That's quite true from the crew report, yes. Observe materials bay, maybe? While the material samples were processed, you begin to turn your thoughts to how much Minmus looks like a mint dessert. You have discovered that you are now hungry. That is what we discovered here on the surface of Minmus in a material study in our lab. 125 science. I will take it. So we have one more thing we can deploy here for science, the Mr. U Containment Center. We need to get it in a different spot if we can actually help it, but I don't know if that's going to change. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. Well, I don't know what that sounds like I'm ending it. I'm just going to meet you back as we're coming into the next landing site. See you shortly. Well, we've just left the landing site there. We're taking off at about a 90-degree angle here, and we're going to be trying to land. There's a flat plateau right over here that we're going to be landing on. So that's what we're shooting for. We need to burn a little south, actually, to bring this trajectory down. I want to land a little more centered. So down to the 180 on the horizon, let's go ahead and make that adjustment real quick. Burn that south, that's perfect. So we're aligned really well centered in this, and we're going to be braking right about here and dropping down to a landing position. So I'm going to flip us around to our near retrograde descent trajectory point, which will probably be right along the 270, give or take somewhere. Right around here once we actually start descending is where we're going to be, I would think. Or at least roughly this area. So I'm going to get that ready. Positioned right there. And let's time warp. Oh, I can't time warp. I can physical time warp. You don't tell me what I can't do, game. We got this. Okay, we are coming in here. So we've jumped from over there about 26 kilometers away, and we're going to be landing on this plateau here, which is actually relatively flat. It's a little bit hilly, but very lightly, so this shouldn't be a hard target to hit. This should be just fine. So let's go ahead and center ourselves on our retrograde and wait until we're a little closer over. I can still do some physical time warp. So let's bring that a little closer over, and why don't we start landing? This seems fine. Kick in those engines, and we still haven't even dropped our first drop tanks yet, which I think is amazing. So we're going to be right right there, it looks like we're pretty much going to be dropping straight down at this point. So let's get that moving, because that's going to take a little while. Always does on this low gravity planet. Okay, we are coming in here for our landing, getting pretty close. I do have some physical time warp on, just a little bit to try to keep us at least a steady pace, and I pushed it, I went too high. Okay, we're coming back down. So yeah, we're coming in here for a landing. Shouldn't be too long. Yep, that's my song for you. Engage my rockets at this point, and we're going to be slowing our descent down just a bit. About 10 meters a second and dropping. Minimal thrust. Very, very minimal thrust. Still descending. Still under control. Still all 7 engines and fuel tanks. Oh, I did it too much. I'm going to turn those lights off. Oh boy. Too much again. Okay, that was a little stressful. A little stressful. Alright, coming on. Come along. Oh, I'm going to turn off time warp. That's going to do it to me. That's what's going to do it. It's too responsive. That's what it was. Okay, we're bringing this thing in. Honestly, I could probably just let this thing drop, but I'm not gonna. It's still a little fast for my likes in that department of taking risks. Okay, we're coming on in, and I'm gonna cut them. There they are. We are landed on the plateau in Minmus. Let's take that other mystery goo reading. You observe the goo. I think that's going to be the same one. It might get canceled out or given for a partial credit. Let's jump out, plant our second flag, and grab a rock sample. Boop. Plant flag. Give me the thing. Touchdown to... Landing site, that's what I wanted to think of. Landing site number 2. Pilot. Neo G. Blaze. Kerbal. And let's take a surface sample. Sample from the surface. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the same one. I don't think this has enough biomes to really take multiple samples from, it looks like, at least in this hemisphere. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe, based on what I'm seeing, that it might be the same things throughout the entire planet, since it doesn't seem to be, in its description, hemisphere-based or anything. It's just from the surface, so, maybe I'll make a few more landings and see what happens. Yep, same ones. Okay, I'm gonna pick some spots, and I'll probably cut most of it. Okay, everybody. So we are we've left the surface. We're pretty much going back up into orbit. We're gonna head home. I've exhausted locations to really land before hitting onto the dark side whilst continuing to head east. So I pretty much just decided to take back off, and we're just gonna head up and head home. We've got enough fuel to get us there by a long shot. We probably could have stayed. We probably could have done some things in orbit if we had a station, like rendezvous with a station to drop off science. I hope we unlock our lab soon, and I'll be thankful now that we have our docking nodes. We can actually do some in-flight rendezvous tests with the parts we have and see what we can make work. But I would like to get the ability to do some science at a station and send it home that way. That'd be a lot more reason to have stations at remote planets, I think. So anyway, let's go ahead and we're just going to do this easy mode and get back on home. And there we have it, guys. We are home. Back in our home planet, or on our home planet of Kerbal. No, we're not going to jump him off, because it's difficult to get him back on that ladder with the leg there. It actually clips through the leg when it's extended and causes some issues getting back on there. Just can't do it on this gravity. We are just going to go ahead and recover this vessel. And it looks like we actually got quite a bit of science there. 513.7 science earned on this mission, which puts us at an even 556. Why don't we take a look at research and development and see where that puts us for the combined last few missions for overall parts, eh? We can get some jet parts there, which I kind of do want to do soon. I want to do some more stuff around Kerbal, and jets are the way to go for that. We can get extendable things and bigger batteries and protractor mod. Bigger landing legs, drogue chutes for slowing down larger stuff. That might be helpful. Rover parts. Ooh, I kind of wanted to do rover parts too. There's so many things that can be done. Stack separators. Ooh, that could be handy. Some different tri-coupler, a quad coupler. Some different decouplers, some girders would be nice. Mono and nuke engines. What else do we have coming up here once we unlock some stuff? Oh, we can't see them. Okay. What did we unlock recently? We unlocked some stuff last mission, yeah? Oh, right. We got the hitchhiker stuff. We got the converter bits. What else? So we got the bigger pods, RCS tank, or external RCS tanks. The 3-person module, the 1-person lander can, the big SAS, that's nice. Okay. We got nuclear engines we could do those bigger ones. Why don't we do... Let's hit jets. We're going to get some jet bits. And after that we're going to need to actually get some jet parts, some actual jet burners, because I don't think that gave us a burner. Didn't give us an engine. Or, oh, I guess we already had an engine and a fuel tank and some air intakes. We just got some more parts. Some actual Mark II fuselages, adapters, some of the larger Delta wings, that's kind of nice, actually. And we can get the bigger garter sections if we go this route, which I kind of, ooh, and the big struts. Or I guess those aren't struts, but we get some different nose cones, too. Those are, like, detachable ones, I think. Nope, I think we're going to have to do that and see where this takes us. We can get the big batteries and the big solar arrays. We can do some more testy tests and an attachment. Communicatron, the big satellite dish, I think. Rover parts. I kind of want to do... I want to unlock the science stuff. I really do, because I want to get to the newer science stuff. Like the lab, I think, is further in the tree. Is that out yet, actually? I think that's out. It better be out. 236 left. These cost 300. Oh, I can't even get these ones. Okay, fair enough. I can't get any of these ones anymore, can I? Did I just lock myself into getting some of these ones? I did, didn't I? I did. I guess I can save the points, but might as well unlock stuff with them, right? Why don't we hit... Let's hit the probe parts. That could be interesting and come in handy. That'll work for me. What do we get here? Xenon tanks and, ooh, the whole electronic Xenon suite. That could be nice for building probes with. We have little rockets now that we can use like inner system, and I don't think we can make these very well unless we attach them to a bigger craft for other body or planetary bodies in the system. Anyway, we're going to call the episode here now that we've got some of that stuff unlocked. This has been a little bit longer of an episode, so my apologies if you don't enjoy it, but I hope you watch them. I hope you enjoy these new missions we're doing in career mode. Anyway, enough of me lamenting. Thanks guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Cheers.